Bonjour class! So, I know it feels like we just did one of these videos, but it is time to take your 1.2 quiz, so I am going to go over the sheet just like I did last time. It's laid out the same way, so you've got your 1.2 Quizlet, links to the Quizlet so you can study. Then there's a listing section. It's just like last time, there's going to be a video of me reading those questions. Then the real bulk of your quiz is part 2. So the first section, similarities. Make sure you understand how different adjectives change to agree with the subject. So all of those charts I gave you in your notes with the different patterns for different adjectives, make sure you know those, because the way the section will work is that you will be given a sentence that includes an adjective that is underlined, and then you need to use that same adjective in a new sentence with a different subject. For instance, if the first sentence says Pierre est intelligent, intelligent will be underlined because that's the adjective, intelligent. The next blank might say Nathalie est blank. You need to use the same adjective from the first sentence, intelligent, but you need to make it agree with Natalie. So it would be intelligente with an E. And that's what that whole section is. It's just making sure you understand how adjectives change depending on the number and gender of the subject. Make sure to especially review the super irregular adjectives, beau, nouveau, and vieux. I guarantee you those are on the quiz. You need to know how they change in different forms. The next section is similar, but kind of the opposite. So it's called le contraire, as in the contrary. For this one, you need to review adjectives that have opposites. So, for instance, bon is the opposite of mauvais, good is the opposite of bad. Most of these I gave you in your notes with that little does not equal sign, but not all of them. So what I recommend doing is going through your notes on these or going back through my video and making sure you know which adjectives are opposite and what they mean, because the way this section works is in the first sentence, it's kind of like the last one. In the first sentence you will get an adjective, but in the second one you need to give its opposite. Right, still making sure it agrees with the gender and subject, gender and number of the subject. Then the description section. This is just knowing when to use c'est and when to use il or elle est, because they can both mean he is or she is or it is. I recommend just looking over your notes over this section or watching this video again. The video for this is pretty short and I think pretty helpful. That's all you need to do for that section. It's just a series of sentences. You have the last half of the sentence you need to put in the first part. Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. This is the third time I've recorded this video, so we're leaving the sneeze in. Then there's a paragraph, just like last time, so a list of sentences. I've given them to you here with the intention that you will write them below so that I can check them so that you can get full credit for this section. Some of you did not do that last time, just kind of went rogue and you lost points. So, in this paragraph, you are introducing another person. I don't care if they're real. You can make someone up. You could introduce me to a fictional character, a parent, a friend, someone, doesn't matter. But the way the paragraph goes is you will tell me their name. So, his name is blank, her name is blank. A lot of you keep saying, like, son nom est, like Sophie. The phrase you need to be using is elle s'appelle or il s'appelle. You know this. You know how to do that. The next sentence should tell me a physical trait. So he is blonde or tall, like something that describes their physical appearance. And the second or the third sentence should describe their personality. And I just want you to pick 2 personality traits. The personality traits are anything that aren't physical traits. So any of that big long list I gave you in 1.1, 1.2? It's been a long time. I think it was 1.2 though. And the last sentence will be whether or not they're a nice person. So he is a nice person or she is a nice person. So if you remember from this section, we're going to need to use say for this sentence. So say, and then you know the word for person, it's personne, which is a feminine word. C'est une personne, and then the word for nice, you can say sympa. C'est une personne sympa. Or ce n'est pas une personne sympa. They're not a nice person, like he or she isn't. Either one of those, but make sure that this is how you're writing these sentences. If you don't watch this video, I'll know because you will do this incorrectly, I guarantee. That's it. So turn this in when you finish so I can check your sentences for you. If you want me to check it right away, because I check them throughout the day and I try to get your feedback to you quickly, but if you want me to look at it like right away so you can go ahead and take the quiz, leave a comment on the assignment so I see that you've submitted it for me. That way I can check them as quickly as possible and you can move on with your life and take the quiz. That is it for this. Email me if you're having any issues or if you have any questions about 1.2. Pretty short little lesson, so quiz time. I will see you soon. Au revoir.